In this video, we are going to discuss CFI's built-in chain of custody tool. We'll go ahead and enter the case that we initially set up. And on the right side of the toolbar, you'll see Chain Guard. This is the chain of custody tool. When we click on it, we'll be brought to this page. The Chain Guard tool is designed to track the life cycle of all digital evidence that you handle within CFI. This can be used when submitting evidence. You can then show exactly how you handled that evidence when using the Caseflow Investigator program. This tool can handle multiple different types of digital evidence, such as PDFs, docx, videos, audio, and other types of files as well. I'll go ahead and demonstrate this first with a photograph and show you how this tool functions. We'll go ahead and first select Upload Evidence, which will bring this page up. Here you can select your file. As mentioned, images, videos, audio are supported, as well as PDF, docx, XLS, CR3s, and some other types of files. Once you select your photo, we'll go ahead and bring in Evidence Photo 1. You have the option to give it another title if you wish. You can also add some additional information here by adding a custom field, and you can add multiple custom fields by adding the plus sign if you'd like to add additional information to your file. Here we also have the option to run an AI forensic analysis, which will use CFI's powerful AI technology to analyze the file and produce an analysis report on its findings. You can turn that on when you initially upload a file, and it will run that report while your file is uploading, or you can leave that off because you also retain the option to do this later. We're going to leave that off for now, and we'll just go ahead and upload our evidence photo. Here you can see that the evidence photo has been brought in to the evidence list. And if we select that photo, you'll then have a larger preview here. Now, as we scroll down, you'll see that you have the option to make some edits to the photo, or you can download the original file out. Here you have the metadata for this photograph. You have the title, the file size, and the date and time that it was uploaded into CFI. And then here you have the option to run that AI forensic analysis if you wish. Down here at the bottom, we have the beginning of our chain of custody report. So down here, a timeline will start to develop as you proceed with handling this evidence photograph. So the chain of custody automatically will have this placed as the first event in the timeline of chain of custody. Here it says uploaded. Here is the file that we uploaded, and then it tells you where it was uploaded from. In this case, Macintosh HD. If you upload evidence straight from an SD card or an external hard drive or any other type of a device, it will also notify you the name of the device that you uploaded evidence from. This can be helpful if you are finishing up a surveillance investigation and you are uploading your surveillance photos or videos into CFI from a camera. It will tell you then that you have uploaded the photos directly from that camera, and the photos did not go into anywhere else prior to uploading them into CFI, which can be useful when presenting your evidence and providing a detailed chain of custody report showing that your evidence went directly from your camera into CFI, and then ultimately to your client or whoever you are presenting the evidence to. So let's go ahead and we will click Run AI Forensic Analysis. So again, this is using CFI's built-in AI, and it is going to analyze our evidence photo and produce a detailed report on its findings. This usually takes a moment. So here we have that. Here we have a detailed report, notable elements, quality assessment, contextual observations, potential investigative value, and recommendations. Now, you can review this and use this for your investigation. However, if you would like to rerun it, you can rerun the analysis however many times you want until you get the result that you like. Here we have a time and date stamp for when that analysis was ran. And then down here on the chain of custody report, you'll see that that is then the second event as far as handling this piece of evidence. And it gives you a time and date stamp for when you ran that AI analysis. Now, if we go up here and look at our photo preview, and if we click the edit and annotate button, we'll have some options to perform some basic edits. Here you'll see some very basic editing tools. We have a pen, we can draw. Here we have the ability to make a square. Here we can make a circle. And if you want to change anything, you can simply click this left facing arrow to change your edits. Let's go ahead and circle this figure, and let's make a square right here. You can also crop your image by using the crop tool. You can change the color of the lines, and then you can save. Before you save, you'll give this a title, so we'll say evidence photo 1 edited. And then we will go ahead and click save. And we'll go back to our evidence list. Here's that evidence photo. We'll go ahead and look at it, and if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll then see the first chain of custody being the uploading the evidence into CFI, running the AI analysis, and then we have edited, we edited the photo as the third event when handling this piece of evidence. Here you can select and review your edited photo. Once you've completed whatever handling you're going to do with your evidence, you can go ahead and export or download the original file along with your edited version, and then you can export the timeline. Let's go ahead and export this timeline. We'll choose our desktop, and it will quickly download and open. Now here you can see the chain of custody timeline report. This is for evidence photo number 1, generated on, you have the date and timestamp, and then here you have your detailed list or detailed timeline concerning the chain of custody and how exactly you handled this piece of evidence. We'll go back to the evidence list. So this tool can be used for photos, videos, audio files, PDFs, any type of digital evidence that you're handling. You can bring it into the program if you're working on a specific case, and then you can track and archive the life cycle of how exactly you handled that piece of evidence. Now, another useful function that the ChainGuard has is, let's say for example you are doing a surveillance case and you have your camera and you have a few different clips from your surveillance case. So as I mentioned earlier, if you bring in pictures or videos straight from a camera it will be recorded where exactly that evidence was brought into CFI from. So instead of using other options for editing or stringing your video clips together into one sequence, we can go ahead and use this tool to do that, and that allows you to track that that is how you handled your video clips, and then produce your timeline along with that to show that there was no manipulation of any sort to the video clips other than just simply stringing them together. So to do that, you'll use this composure tool here. So first, let's bring in our video clips. I'm going to bring in 2 video clips. We'll bring in surveillance footage 1. And you can see that that uploads to our evidence list. And then we'll go ahead and bring in our second clip. So here are our 2 video clips. Again, if you click on the video clip, you can, of course, watch your video clip, download the file. Here you can view the metadata, run an AI analysis, and then down here you have the beginning of your chain of custody report, which is just bringing this file into the program. So if you wish, you can review your clip. Now we are going to go back out to the evidence list, and we are going to click this composure button now. And this is where you can create a sequence for your video clips. You can also add images into here if you have images that would go into your surveillance sequence. So to do this, we are first going to add the first clip that we'd like by clicking the Add to Sequence button, and then you'll see that it appears down here. And then we'll add our second video to the sequence. Here you can edit the clip, you can change the positioning of the clip, or you can delete it. So here we have our 2 clips. Now we are going to give this a title, surveillance footage, case number 9876. And once you're satisfied with the clips and their order, you are simply going to select Save Composite, which will then save it here, and then you'll click Combine Videos. Once you click Combine Videos, a few additional options will be shown here. You can delete it, regenerate it, download the combined video, and play the combined video. Let's go ahead and download this. Oh, you also have the details listed here. Let's go ahead and download our video. And once you select download, it will quickly download to your desktop. And then you can go ahead and open that. And here you have your 2 clips combined together. And then when we go back to our list here, you can select the footage, and then you'll see here in the chain of custody report, evidence combined into composite, surveillance footage case number 9876, and the date and timestamp for that. So when you turn over your video sequence, you can then produce the chain of custody report for those 2 clips, showing exactly how you handled that evidence. And if you ever get stuck or need some additional assistance with how to use this tool, be sure to always check in with our built-in guides for detailed descriptions on how exactly to use this tool.